Good morning, everyone. Just wanted to do garden update number 12. And the sweet potatoes are doing pretty good. Just a little bit of yellowing from putting them in. But they're holding up. They're not wilting or anything. And no rain, so we've been having to water every night. And so far, everything is sprouting up pretty good. So the sweet potatoes patch is doing good. And the corn is still trying, but you can see it's actually coming in. And I planted 2 per hole, and I did rows all the way to the sweet potato patch. So hopefully they'll come in, and if there is 2, I'll thin it. And then here is our yellow crookneck burpee squash, and I'll definitely have to thin those. Some of them, I planted like 3 or 4 in each one. Some have 1, some have 2. But everybody's doing pretty good. Sorry for the sound there. They're working on the concrete that's cracked today. And then this is our zucchinis. So they're all, that one hasn't sprouted. Look how big that one is. That's a good one. There's our zucchinis all the way down. And that's also the Burpees organic green dark zucchini. And then this is our Burpless Beauty. I thought they were straight A's, but I guess it's Burpless Beauty, but they're organic cucumbers. And they're slow. That one's not in. That one's not in yet. I planted in the same time as the squash. That one's not in, but the other ones are. And then once they start growing, I have clamps and we'll start trellising them up. The trellis. And then on this side, there's more cucumbers. There's one. There's cucumbers also be trellised up. And then these are also zucchinis. So I'm hoping I have enough tomatoes to can zucchini and tomatoes together. And our green beans, look at that, guys. The green beans are doing excellent. Now I planted those pretty close too, so I might have to thin those out. I wasn't expecting them to come out as good, but they're the Fairy Morris Blue Lake 274 bush. And then our okra is coming up. And then yesterday, I was watering pretty heavy. This is oregano. I'm seeing little bits of green, but not sure if it's weeds coming up or if it's oregano. But the dill, I don't know if you can see, all the dill has sprouted. And then this is sage, not seeing anything in it yet. And nothing on the chive row is coming up. Our tomatoes doing pretty good. All of the beets died in that row, so we're going to have to wait and replant something else in there. Maybe some fall stuff. The spinach still not doing too well. I mean, I'm watering it pretty heavy, but it's just sorry. So no spinach. green bunch onions. They're doing better. And basil. Basil's starting to get their next set of leaves on some of them. There's the basil. And there's our Walla Walla onions. Doing pretty good. Peppers. So, saw this yesterday. Something, I'll have to spray them again with neem oil. Something's eating them. But we're getting buds on the taller ones, and they're starting to flower. Starting to flower out. And then the little ones doing pretty good. I mean, you can see the bell peppers. One, and one is starting to sit some more. So I got some there. Cherry tomatoes, doing pretty good. They're starting, they've set, there's just some green ones on there. See if we can, there's one right there, right there. Let's see if I can, there it is. And our tomatoes are beefsteaks. I've heard some local people in our group say that they're also having issues with the beefsteaks that they've purchased at the same store that I got mine from. So I wonder if the supplier had issues with that variety. And parsley. Yep, right there. Right there. It's coming up all down the whole row. And our other tomato. That's beefsteak down there. That one I had to pull up. That one I was hoping that that tomato would at least get one tomato off of that one. And then that one's going to get pulled. And then we've got some more on the Better Boys. There. I've actually got some fruit there at the bottom. Right down there. And that's the garden tour. And I guess with all the weeding, I'll probably need to weed again. I've just been pulling by hand all the big grass, like any crabgrass or anything that's growing up. But I'll have to run down and hit the aisleways pretty soon because we're getting lots of grass growing up in there, but still doing pretty good. Now if we can just keep everything alive with the lack of rain. I'm having to water really heavy at night, right as the sun is setting, so that way it can set in and the plants can soak up all the water. And then I don't water in the daytime at all, and I don't water in the morning. I just soak it really heavy, and you can see it's still damp. But I might have to soak these other rows a little bit heavier because they're just dry. But you can see I just soak the actual mounds. You can see a little bit of the moisture right here, but I don't. There's no sense in watering the walkways for the weeds to come up. And try to save as much water as possible. But everything is doing pretty good. Let's give you an update on the grapes. And a peach tree. That guy Right here still has not made it. It's still, nothing is coming up. It's definitely dead. So we'll have to replace that one. And there's good old Bosco keeping the rabbits and squirrels out of the garden. Good boy. Now if I can just train him to walk down the aisles instead of through the garden too, that'll help. But he's good about keeping stuff out of the garden. But, and our grapes. Let's see all the fruit in there. Doing pretty good. Grapes, grapes, grapes. All right, guys. Thank you for keeping up with me. If you have any tips or hints, please feel free to comment below in the section. I'll be happy to answer any questions, and I would gladly take any suggestions or help. We're in the Middle Tennessee area in Rutherford County, and we're zone 6. Looking to see what we can plant in those other rows so that we can harvest as much as we can with what garden space we have. And also looking for suggestions on, once I harvest the vegetables that we have now, what should I replace in those particular rows. And we like to keep it growing all winter, especially since I have the trellises. I can put plastic over it and turn those rows into hoops and plant over the winter, and try to keep as much vegetables in stock as we can, especially if I can can it. Not so much leafy greens, but anything I can grow that I can. We have winter squash, but I read that it will cross-pollinate with the zucchini and the yellow squash, so I can't plant those within a half a mile. And there's possible that I won't be able to save the seeds, because that's my goal, is to also save seeds so I don't have to purchase from a big box store. There you go, Bosco. And also, we're going to plant some Swiss chard in there and some collards. So I can definitely can those up. Maybe not the Swiss chard, probably freeze that, but definitely on the collards, I'll be canning a lot of that. Some of my favorite. And then later on, I'll plant some beets. I had to track down some seeds that were organic at, I had to go to 4 or 5 different local stores because nobody has seeds anymore. So it looks like everybody's kind of planting their own little victory garden in their yard to save some money from having to go pay those extraordinary high prices at the grocery store. But again, everyone, thanks. Like and subscribe. Please comment any suggestions. Again, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Have a good day.